Hey, good afternoon to you all. I am providing a little update on the severe thunderstorms that are now impacting much of the inland area just south of Erie and along the I-79 corridor. So let's zoom in here. We can see through this time lapse the storms have pretty much morphed throughout time. Looking at the total number of lightning strikes within the storm, you can kind of see that it jumps up to the 200s. And that happened at about, let's see, that happened back at about 3:30 p.m. And it looks like within the past half hour, those thunderstorms have diminished just below 100, now down to the 50s. So it's a morphing system. Not really seeing a lot of thunderstorms at the moment, so that's good news. But we are still seeing heavy downpours within the thunderstorms. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see those heavier downpours are now greatly impacting areas south of Conneaut Lake. You can see a bit of purple. Let's remove those thunderstorms, the lightning, and we can see the purple just south of Carmen Road and east of Hartstown. And it seems like if we pull up the skits, we can see that it's generally moving in the east-northeast direction. So it looks like there's a chance some of these purple colors could make their way towards Geneva, maybe even north of Meadville, parts of Conkerton. It'll depend on how this system will behave within the next few minutes or so, maybe within the next hour. So as of now, we're seeing a lot of heavier rainfall happening just south of Carmen Road, south of Conneaut Lake, eventually moving its way towards Meadville and through Conkerton. And if we take a look at the skits once again, and if we choose one of those skits, it'll give us an idea of which cities will be impacted. So Meadville, possibly 4:34 p.m. This skid is actually tracking a hail size of 3/4 of an inch within this storm as well. So within this thunderstorm, you're not going to only have to worry about torrential downpours, but also high wind gusts and even hail up to the size of a penny. And it seems like severe hail, there's a 20% chance of that, so thankfully that's low, but there's still a 70% chance of hail, so a good chance for hail to fall within this area. And we're saying south of Conneaut Lake and then towards Meadville and Fredericksburg, which will be within the next half hour. Now, if we go over to base velocity, that'll give us an idea of how fast the wind gusts are. And it seems like if we choose the brighter colors, like near Jamestown and Conneaut Lake, we can see that they are gusting up to 40 miles per hour. But it seems like the higher wind gusts are more focused in far eastern Ohio, like down where Hartford is. We can see they've gusted up to over 50 miles per hour. And it seems like the bulk of those wind gusts are now making their way into Mercer County. So the most concerning area for wind gusts in Pennsylvania might be Mercer County. And if we go back to the reflectivity, we can definitely see things are starting to strengthen a little. From the Cleveland radar, this is about 5,000 feet up in the air. So it looks like we got a lot of heavy rain forming that high up in the atmosphere, and it doesn't seem like it might diminish anytime soon. We are seeing skits in the purples as well as the reds. That tells us that the system is still strengthening a little. Now, if we go over to storm relative velocity, which gives us radar indicated winds high up in the air with the Cleveland radar, this is about 5,000 feet. We can see an interaction of the red and the green. Thankfully, the red is overtaking the green, so we don't have to worry about rotation. This is mainly going to stay linear, so that's pretty good news. Hail in Conneaut Lake, thanks to Kelly Schrock for that. Will Franklin get one? It seems like it's heading towards the direction of Franklin, though it really depends on how much this system will strengthen or how much it'll weaken before it reaches Franklin. If we go over to the cloud cover, we can see a break in the cloud cover, so there is a chance for something to really heat up within this break, because that's allowing more sunshine to really heat the surface and therefore cook the atmosphere. So it'll give it a little extra push to give more rising air, and with that rising air, it could condense to give a little bit more cloud cover, and it may even produce taller clouds as well. And with those taller clouds, well, the taller they are, the higher the chance for heavier rain, and maybe even a chance of hail. So we'll be keeping track of that, and we'll see how bad it gets by the time it reaches Franklin. But as of now, it looks like Franklin is in the clear. If it were to hit Franklin, let's see, Franklin is now about 25 miles away from this system. Actually, maybe this would be the worst part. For the worst part of the system, that's actually more 36 miles, closer to 37. And this system at this moment, how fast is it moving? About 20 miles per hour. All right, so I'd say a little more than an hour later, Franklin will start to get this system. But it also looks like just ahead of all the rain, there is slightly a bit of cloud cover. There could be a cloud cover building up in Franklin before any of the rain really hits that area. There's a chance for that too, but again, there is a break in cloud cover still over Franklin. So it'll really depend on how much the atmosphere is really cooked, how much the atmosphere really cooks before that system heads into Franklin. All right. So basically, all you got to take from the system is that it's mainly along I-79. Now it's moving through Meadville and into Titusville, eventually through Mercer County and Franklin. Main threats: 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, chance of hail, maybe up to penny size, and torrential downpours. All right. So that's all I wanted to bring about to you guys. Just be careful out there. I would recommend staying indoors if you're within the area of this system, and also avoid flooded roadways if you must drive. All right, that's it for the stream. Have a good day and have a good rest of your night. Take care.